Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video Karen and Miles did a Q&A part 1 earlier this week, and I wanted to share my thoughts on some of the highlights of the questions that they answered. So before we jump into this video, if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and also turn on your notifications. If you like the video, smash the like button, and if you want to drop a comment, feel free, because I like chatting with the viewers. So I'm going to let you guys listen to the first part. I'll jump in the middle, and then I'll be back at the end. See you soon.
Before we do that, we each wrote 3 questions that the other person doesn't know about, and we're gonna ask each other those questions first, and then after that we'll dive into y'all for a little bit, and then I'm gonna eat some dinner. So let's do it.
Depends on your answers.
Oh, also, we can't comment on editing. So.
And we're probably gonna answer a lot of questions, just indirectly, really, because we got a ton of questions.
Yeah, we got a lot of questions.
We got a lot.
Yeah, so we want to make sure that we answer the questions, but just know that y'all ask questions about editing, we can't answer those questions, so they probably got thrown out. Other than that, we're gonna answer these questions to the best of our abilities, and this is the last time that I'm answering some of these questions. I'm like over it.
We've moved on, and
as soon as this happens, as soon as these questions are answered, it's over with. On to the next chapter. So
we'll put like some articles in too for questions that we've answered a lot of times. Give me like a week, but we'll put some articles below as well
to make that work. So, but also there's a lot of great questions in here that we're excited to answer, and we're gonna start with ours first, and then go from there. So who wants to go first? You and me. You ask the first question.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Of the two of us, who is more annoying?
Me.
Yes. As long as we're being honest. Okay.
Wow.
That's a fitting question. Next.
How am I annoying?
I'm getting on your nerves. Like you can tell you're the baby, bro, and I'm the oldest, and and like most of the time I ignore it, but you still annoying. Whatever. Let's go next question. Oh, that's a difficult question. That's a difficult. Why? I asked the question. Cool. So, what was the question again? The wine, dude. What was the question? Oh, favorite dish. That's hard. That's a hard question. Whatever dish you make next is my answer. Whatever dish you make next is gonna be my answer.
We're having tuna.
Seared tuna. What?
With some rice and veggies.
That's a win. That's a win. Then that's gonna be my favorite meal. Well, if I had to pick, there's a lot to pick from. First off, the first time you ever baked. And you bake that pound cake.
The pound cake has a place in your heart?
No, I'm saying like from a baking standpoint, the pound cake got a place more. That's definitely got a place. All right, that's the first one. Then I think about like stuffed peppers.
Making that pound cake.
The stuffed peppers. That glazed salmon. Remember that day that you made, like, it was like Asian, but it wasn't Asian, with the cream spinach. You remember that? Okay, that was wonderful. Shoot, what about that time you made the what's the things? The Cornish hens with the little not vinaigrette, that champagne vinaigrette.
Okay.
Yeah, fire. Those are some memorable ones for sure. That's it. All right, go your turn.
Oh.
Last one.
Last
Killer or Miles? No, it's this one.
Back up. All right. Ooh, if you had to choose between your shoes
Or what?
and me, who would win?
In what?
Why?
Hold up.
Who would it be?
Between, what you mean?
Why is
Between,
this a question?
I'm asking you why this is a question.
Why is this a question?
I'm saying, are you saying between
Me and the shoes.
my relationship with you and shoes?
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't wear shoes for the rest of my life?
I said all those shoes.
You didn't say all those shoes. But
Okay, all your shoes. First of all, y'all, why is it a question right now?
no, that's not the
You
point.
are contemplating.
No, I'm saying
You really are conflicted.
you asked me a question, so you gonna judge how I'm processing?
Okay.
You're gonna judge how I'm processing?
Mm-mm.
All right. So you're saying I want some clarity. So you're saying either a divorce or my shoes? Because think about it. Think about this. Before we dig a little deeper, I have shoes that are older or I've known had longer than we've been married. Majority of my shoes. So I have relationship. I've had a relationship with those shoes for longer than our marriage. That's just, let me make that on one side. On the other side of that, you're a person, so I can't compare. I'm not gonna like material possessions over my
I
wife.
didn't know where you were going with
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna say, oh, my shoes. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
that. You kind of want to say your shoes.
I'm like, dang, if my wife comes in a position where ultimatum between my shoes and hers, that's the person I want to be with the rest of my life.
I'm about to. Okay, never mind.
If it was a true ultimatum.
Next question.
Answer is killer.
Okay.
All right, so we are back. They had a lot of fun questions that they asked each other because that's what they did in the first half of the show. Again, they said no questions about editing, and that seems to be a running trend with all of the cast members when they're being interviewed. So, interesting. But I like it. It was so cute about how annoying Karen is because she's always playing with him and poking him. When it comes to her favorite dishes, as we've seen through the videos that's been posted on this channel, and even if you follow us on IG, she's done a ton of cooking. I think I actually posted that video where she did that teriyaki salmon that he's referring to. I mean, oh my God, that girl can cook. And then they were talking about his shoes versus her. Really, Miles? I know he's joking, but at the end, he did say he wouldn't trade Killer for his shoes any day. And the whole name Killer is actually her initials. So her last name, her name is Karen Landry. So it's K, and then I'm thinking her middle initial may be I. Karen, if you listen to this video, I hope that's the case. And then her last name is Landry, so the L-A comes into play with that. But, yeah, he got a ton of shoes, and it was so funny that he said that he had a longer relationship with his shoes than he'd been with her. But at the end of the day, you can't compare shoes to your wife, and so he definitely cleaned that up. But yeah, I mean, between the cooking and everything, these two are so adorable, so adorable, and she seems so nurturing when it comes to him, and that'll be more talked about further in this video because like I said, I only pulled the top highlighted questions. Their video is actually almost 45 minutes long, so I just took out mainly a lot, and you can go over there and check their video out. But here's the second half of the show, so I'll be back later on to sum it all up. See you soon.
All right, so
Jump into it.
here's y'all's questions. Y'all had a lot of good questions. Thank you so much for participating in the comments. There are also some questions that are a little foul, but we're not addressing those. Positivity moving forward. So
We're gonna address them.
you get the first question. Actually, you know what? I'll get the first question. Let's go. Let's go. Shoot, I'm the first one answering it, so it's not gonna be that good.
Dang. Okay. Is physical touch/intimacy still hard for Karen, or is it easier because you all know each other better?
Y'all.
It's so hard for me, y'all.
What? What's hard? Oh my gosh, bro. Like,
It's hard. Like, I don't think I can touch him.
oh my goodness. Why are you so close to me?
Oh my goodness.
Why are you so close?
Y'all, it's been almost a year.
And this one does not get out my face. Does not get out my face. Does not get out my face. And so,
I get on his nerves.
oh my gosh. And so I'm glad that
It's cute though.
I'm glad that we're in a place to clear this up, because I feel like I get like all the comments of like, oh my gosh, Miles, why do you stay with somebody who wouldn't touch you? My needs are met. We're good.
I will
Next.
insert.
Anything else you need to say on that one?
Nah.
Alright, cool, let it go.
Oh.
It's over with. Have y'all had sex yet?
You would pull it out.
Have y'all had sex yet? No.
No.
No. I plan on being abstinent for the rest of my life. Next question. Okay, here's the question. How did y'all feel after watching the show back? Were there things shown that you did not like?
Wait, why are you picking all the questions?
Because that didn't count. The first one didn't count. Did I? Oh, I did. I picked one.
You sure?
I picked
Oh,
how?
those are your written ones.
I picked you. Picked other time. Remember, you picked one and I picked one. How did y'all feel after watching the show back? Were there things shown that you did not like? How did you feel?
How did
How
I
did you
feel? It sucked watching the show back. So I stopped. I think we watched, or I watched. Did you watch more than me?
Maybe.
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe one episode.
But I watched about 3 episodes and then stopped watching.
I don't think we got that far.
Yeah, maybe 2.
We watched Wedding, right before the wedding. And they
we
made a little bit of
watched
honeymoon.
Honeymoon, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was it. So yeah, that's about it.
The
Wasn't a
second
great
part.
experience. Do not recommend.
Do not recommend what? Oh, what? Watching the show back?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Watching some. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. How did you feel to watch the show? Personally, I feel like that was the hardest part. Like, going through it, like, we had difficult moments, for sure, right? But, like, overall, our experience, like, we were always cool. Like, we were always good. It was just a matter of figuring out
Yeah.
if we were going to stay married. Like, the marriage is a big deal for both of us, right? But I think that the hardest part was watching it back. And then not only are you watching yourself on TV, you're watching it as other people are watching it and like critiquing things that weren't a big deal to me in the moment, right? I remember there was a scene that happened and you said something in that scene and then we were in person watching it and I was like, you felt like that? And you were like, no, I didn't feel like that. And I was like I was getting angry with you and something that I was looking at on TV, right? And so like, I feel like that was a big moment for us, like when that show period was going on where we had to be like in the house, we had to be like we knew the world was watching it, but we didn't really want to watch it, but we knew people were saying mean things and like tough stuff, right? And so I think that really sucks. I'm glad it's over with, and I'm glad we're able to do this, because like there's some really hard times watching that.
Definitely.
Were there things shown that you do not like? Can you think of one specific thing right now that you don't like?
I would say.
When the cameras were gone, was it an easy flow to start being a couple on your own? What was the first week like after the decision?
When the cameras were gone, everything got easier. Like,
gosh.
literally everything.
Like it's crazy that we got on this show. Like, and then realize like once we were on the show, like this would be so easy. Okay.
I legit ripped like the camera that was in the
Oh
apartment.
man, we gotta show them that video too.
Yes, off
She
the
ripped
wall.
it
I
off
ripped
the
that
wall.
off the wall. I was like, yes,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah. Cameras, other two of us, we know the cameras are tougher for you. And I feel like because like I knew that we were in a position where like everything the cameras are gone was so much smoother, I didn't feel like that sense of like being concerned about our relationship because I knew what was happening when we weren't on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like I know cameras are not easy for anybody, right? So like I knew that once we like realized the connection that we had, that like at the end of the day we were gonna be fine. The cameras weren't present. And just waiting for that moment to happen. So. I'm not sure what the rest of the question was. What was the first week like after the decision day?
It was cool.
I don't
We were
remember it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was normal. Like we were just vibing. Like Miles said, I think when the
Celebrating.
cameras, celebrating. When the cameras went away, it made things a lot easier. Just I don't know, it made things easier.
I think we had our time
We
back too.
yeah, but like even before the cameras went away, I feel like things were getting like
Normal.
better.
Yeah, get normal.
You know, normal. Yeah, that's a good word. Like things were kind of settling. It was just like, okay, like we're really starting to get into our rhythm and our groove. But when the cameras went away, like that helped
Mm-hmm.
too. You know,
Yeah.
that was just like the icing on top. Like, okay, now we're like fully free. We have a clear understanding of each other, our relationship, and like now we're focusing like on us.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I don't remember the first week after decision day. I remember feeling like, oh, it's over. You know? Kind of. I know. What's up?
Yeah. What are those small pictures, black and white, behind you?
Oh.
You
Yeah.
want to tell them?
Yeah, so actually you tell them because it was a gift to you.
Oh yeah. It's a gift to us.
I thought I gave you this. Did I
You
give you?
did, but
Oh, true.
no. Okay, so these are actually some Polaroids. Maybe I'll do like a little video of these at one point so y'all can see them all. But these are Polaroids. I'll go through a few of them. This is, hopefully you can see this. This is me and Miles at his surprise party I threw him. This is Miles and Woody at one of our friends' birthday parties. Yeah, this is Miles and I on a little mini vacation. Road vacation. Yeah, and so honestly, it's just Polaroids from different little events and things that we've done together. Yeah, it's a lot of them, so I'm not going to show y'all all of them, but like us with friends, you know, just really hanging out, good memories. The plan is to actually get an album to put these in at some point, but right now I just kind of keep them on the mantle so people can look at them.
Oh. I feel like this is gonna be heavy.
Oh,
Okay.
what are your top 2 love languages?
Me? Quality time, number 1. Words of affirmation.
So I give you enough words of affirmation.
Yeah. I think that was like a thing that we didn't know each other. We didn't know each other. So like during the season, like another thing where people like it's harder to force words of affirmation. You ain't gonna say something to me that like even if you say something to me and if you're just saying it to say it, I don't that don't mean anything to me. Like
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what those do. We
Mine's-
get a lot of quality time. We get a lot of quality time.
Really?
Yeah, it's good.
Does that make you happy? That's why you do too.
But like I knew him.
Yeah. But I'm big on like acts of service.
Like I've been lacking a little bit.
It's okay. We
Take
have
the trash out.
quality time.
The trash out. Wait, who asked that question? I asked that question for you.
I did.
If you're more than welcome to send one if you like.
Oh, speaking of great stuff, I have
true.
on my can't colonize the vibe shirt.
Yeah, and
Sweatshirt. Who's the guy?
can't colonize the vibe.
Oh.
Yeah, good people.
All
That's
right,
what y'all thank you for sending all my stuff.
Can't Colonize the Vibe sweatshirt by Can't Colonize the Vibe.
Yeah, check them out on Instagram and all that other stuff. I've been rocking some of their stuff for a little minute, and they're like, "Hey, you want some more stuff?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'd love to." And then this shirt is from a website, like a lot of my shirts, that no longer exist anymore. And so I'm so sorry for everyone who asked me about my shirts. And I know I know my answer for you. I made it myself, or the website doesn't exist anymore. But if any other websites that I have, I can share my stuff with, I definitely will. Y'all keep sending me stuff, because I'll definitely will rock it. I love being able to kind of wear my heart on my sleeve and just kind of speak about things that matter through my shirts. And so, yeah, that's all I got. Cool. Answer what? 2 more?
2 more?
Hit them with part 2?
Yeah.
Cool, let's get it.
I don't want to get too long.
Yeah, it won't get too long.
But we want to give y'all like thorough answers. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, y'all,
It's still
you
shorter
deserve
than
it.
one episode of Married at First Sight.
Yes, you deserve this. You deserve it. Karen. First off, before we even answer this question. Nicknames, right? So I call you.
Hold up, that's not your question.
Okay, no, listen.
Okay.
But I don't think that question's in there as well. Karen, have you changed your last name to Williams yet?
I have not. Honestly, I feel like we've been writing so much, I have not stopped to think about it, but I do want to change my last name eventually. I want to hyphenate it though. Because me and my sister are the only girls, so I feel like I want to keep Andrew with the adult names. Because
I'm not thinking about it. Like Bennett, Bennett and Lily did that.
Oh, did they?
I thought that Bennett was
Yeah, I
I
heard.
don't know if it actually happened, but
Yeah, I don't think that happened, but I
he
think
was down. He was down.
they said they were down to do it. Karen, are you
Yeah, a lot of questions.
I'm gonna switch this one up and then I'll answer it.
Alright.
Miles,
Yeah.
in what way?
That was my last question for the day.
This is our last question.
Oh, snap. Okay. Let me lock in.
Miles,
Yes.
in what ways has Karen been able to support your depression?
Good question. I think one of the things that I want to, before I dive into this, because I definitely answer that question. Yeah, man. I said in an article, so I feel safe saying it like this. It's unfortunate the way that the conversation about my mental health journey was diverted to a different discussion around like masculinity and mental health. I think it really upset me on numerous levels. but I think one of the main reasons was because I remember how supported you made me feel when I opened to you about depression. And it bothered me that it really bothered me that was the conversation rather than the moment that we shared around that. And I know that for my journey, it's taken a long time for me to be comfortable talking about it. And so I was really proud of myself in that moment to be able to say that on national TV. And so I wish that what was taken from that moment was how big of a moment that was for me and for us. But I mean, I think you do a great job supporting me when I'm struggling. You've seen those days, you know, where I'm having rough days, and I think I do a great job of communicating that to you. That hey, it's a tough day. It has nothing to do with you. Like I'm just gonna chill or do my own thing or whatever. And I think you do a really good job of like asking me what I need without like pushing me. Like, hey, you said you're having a rough day. Like, do you want me to be near you? Do you not want me to be near you? Do you want your space? I think we do a good job of that in general, but like especially when I'm having tougher days. Like shoot, I came home from work today. I was pissed. It had nothing to do with mental health, but you were like, hey, do you want me to be all in your face right now, or do you want your space? And I was like, my space. Please give me my space.
Actually, he said, I'm gonna take a shower. Because you know he's nice. So he didn't be like, yeah, give me my space. He said, oh, I'm gonna take a shower.
I'm gonna take a shower. Yeah, okay. Yeah. And so I think we do a good job of like talking through those things. You do a good job of like asking like, hey, what do you need from me? I hope that's the same for you, but I think that you do a really good job of being like, hey, what do you need? What do you not need? And then just not taking it personal, keeping moving. Yeah. How do you feel that you do that?
I think asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think just asking questions. I don't think I do anything different. I just try and show you kindness and ask questions. Like, hey, how you feeling? Like, is there anything I can do to help?
I think you also created a space, not just our home, but it's like a space where like I feel that I can say to you, hey, I don't want to do anything right now. I don't want to talk. I don't want to do whatever. And you just like, okay, cool, bet, you know. And that makes it easy for me on rough days, like, or like, yeah. I think you did a good job of that, and I appreciate you for that. And I think that ultimately, like, both of us in terms of our mental health have had tough days, you know. And I'm grateful that we're in a position now where we can have this platform to be able to speak on that, and communicate on that, and not be something that we shy away from, but we like attack head on, you know, as a part of the other person's identity, and like take care of each other in those moments and despite of it, you know.
Like, I struggle with a lot of anxiety. And, like, with the show, it made it worse.
No, I'm not saying that like just yeah. I mean like it would for anybody.
Where, like, I get it.
Yeah.
It made it worse.
Yeah.
You know, because at the end of the day, like, we're real people.
Very much so.
We have so many layers. You know, people are like onions at the end of the day. It's a lot of layers.
And both of us have a lot of layers.
Yeah, it's not black and white.
Like, we got a lot of layers.
Yeah, like you all know what you see, but don't ever think that you know all of our layers, because you don't. And I mean that from like good or bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like for me, you know, like when I'm anxious, I'm just kind of like in that moment, you want what you want. You know, like you want what you want. If it is like, nope, you know what? I want to go meditate right now. If it's, I want to crawl into a ball right now. Like I want to vent right now. Like in those moments, you want what you want. And so, like, I think I'm mindful of that. And so I'm always like, you know, tell me what you need, because I can't can't predict how you're feeling in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you want me to pull you up, make you get out of the bed,
Mm-hmm.
tell me that. You know, if you really want me to leave you alone, cool. I will leave you alone and give you your space.
And I think that a big part of that too is we both came into this relationship with the awareness of ourselves enough to be able to communicate that to each other. You know, and we're still figuring things out. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, right? There's no doubt about that. But I think that we do a really good job of being like, before we're projecting or putting things on that other person, really checking in with ourselves first, or at least verbalizing. You know what? I don't know what's going on with me right now, but I feel off.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that we've done a pretty good job of taking care of that.
He's hungry.
I'm tired, but
And I got a glass and a half of wine.
yeah, and she's like 100 pounds soaking wet, so.
And now I'm hungry.
Exactly. So it's on me. But grateful for you guys. Thank you so much for your questions. Hopefully we were able to answer them for you guys. There's a lot more questions to ask, so we're gonna make a part 2 at some point. Be a little bit patient. Oh, update. We're moving. So we're moving very soon. So be on the lookout for some exciting things. But we're moving. Holidays are happening. A lot of stuff going on. So we're gonna try to make sure we make a part 2 before the holiday season comes out. But no promises. Thank y'all for being the supporters and loving people that you are for the most part. Continue to reach out to us on Instagram, Twitter. What else we got? Hop on the call, Cameo. What else we got? We got a bunch of stuff going on right now. I don't know. Just, keep reaching out. You know, YouTube.
Subscribe.
Yep. Comment, like, share.
Put your notifications on.
Because we're gonna be sharing a lot of just random stuff. A lot of random stuff that we think you'll appreciate.
But we will have a part 2. I got a lot of great questions. And I want to answer them. I really do. So stay tuned. We will finish the rest of the Q&A.
Okay, guys, I am back, and with the second half of their Q&A was allowing the questions to come from the fans that they can address. So they had some good questions. First one being the whole physical touch. Is it still a problem for Karen? And like she said, it's been almost a year. Remember, I know we just seen a lot of this stuff in October, but that season ended in June. So we're now in December. And so, yes, that's not a issue. Miles said that, you know, he's all good. My needs are being taken care of. Watching the show back, they said they could only watch 2 or 3 episodes. And I could imagine, especially how they saw what was going on. And I mean, even Miles said that was one thing he heard in one of those episodes that Karen had said, and he actually got upset saying, did you actually think that way? And she was like, no. So imagine them actually getting gaslit by their own, what they see on TV of themselves. So imagine what happens with the fans where we don't even know what's going on and people are responding from what they're seeing. So TV can be an interesting thing. It can, you know, persuade people's thoughts. So these people, like Karen says, they're like onions, you know, plenty of layers. So it's a lot more to these people than what we actually saw. And like they said, we're everyday people too. So, you know, that's something that we got to be mindful of. She's glad that the cameras are gone. I would be too. I couldn't imagine having cameras around 24/7, watching my every move. I couldn't do it. So I can understand she was ripping that off the wall. And then their love languages. What's your guys' love language? I know hers was acts of service and quality time. And, you know, I think his was quality time too, which is extremely important, especially in a new marriage. So I think that was good as well. I know mine is personal touch and quality time. And then, of course, she's going to change her last name. I think Amani also said that. And then Karen's last name is going to be hyphenated due to carrying the family name, as, you know, she has no brothers. So I can see why she would do that. Even my last name is hyphenated, so I get it. And then they addressed the whole thing about his depression being portrayed on television and how he hated that they tied that into his masculinity. Guys, I mean, I remember how the response was to that. And I'm glad that they were able to use their platform here to clear that up. So I hope you enjoyed this video and my response and reactions. I think they did well. I love this couple. But stay tuned, like, comment, and subscribe. We will see you in the next video.